Good evening and welcome to another epic episode of More Than Just Motoring, brought to you by Racing for Change. We would like to thank this week's sponsor for having us. For more info about this week's sponsor, please keep watching. Hope you enjoy the show with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and hope you have a welcome to the More Than Just Motoring podcast that we have every Tuesday and Wednesday evening. It's More Than Just Motoring, brought to you by Racing for Change. So on Tuesday night we talk about drag racing, instead drag racing spinning. That's the aim for the Tuesday night. And then Wednesday night it will be our normal discussion where everything goes and stuff like that. But we want to talk about anything basically. So our guest this evening is supposed to be Gaenor Maytham, but unfortunately she's having some issues with her internet, and she's struggling to get back on. But we'll try that. But we also have Uncle Zaid Figo. Also, hopefully he will come online just in case. So we will chat about drags and what is drag, what is robot to robot racing, also robot racing, whatever the case may be. There's robot racing, and I know there is some street to strip as well. I need to guys need to educate me about that as well. And just opening the chat so that we can chat with people from this side, from our side. And we say, welcome, guys. We say, I'm hungry. Yeah, let's do that one. We're hungry. So basically, we just want to know more about the drag racing on the scene, and also the ins and outs of what make the robot racing so successful every Wednesday night or every Wednesday night. Uncle Zaid Figo just came on now, so I'm going to bring Uncle Zaid onto with us now as well. Here we go. He's there. I'm going to bring you on now, Zaid. Here we go. Assalamualaikum, Zaid. How are you?
Alaikum salam. A little bit snacks that you call me so.
Dude, I apologize. You know, it's a short notice. Thank you for accepting on short notice. But like I said, we don't have to do a full show. Gaenor is struggling from her side to get online. But Zaid, drag racing in general, basically, I mean, you are the main front of drag racing, and say to a point where you are the MC at the robot racing and at the Killarney drags as well for many years. So you know the drags in and out of the guys that participating with the cars and all those stuff. So from your side, how's drags in Cape Town in general?
Okay. You must just let me know if you can hear me, because I'm keeping the phone pretty far away from.
It's buffering a little bit, but I can hear you.
So, look, the ins and outs. I've been with Street to Strip not in the very beginning, but Street to Strip. I've been with robot racing. I've been with Outlaws, which was 200-meter drags that we used to have. We had only one event like that. It wasn't very well supported, and then we were obviously drags, MSA drags, and then now what we call drag day. So it's a lot of things that happen, and it's nice that the WPMC and Killarney have the officials part of some of the rule making and the decision making with regards to robot racing. We had a committee at the beginning giving obviously the event's name, and then also the rules, the stipulated rules at the beginning, and obviously the rules started to evolve as the event required the rules to evolve, because cars were getting faster. Even though robot racing doesn't have time, it gets a little bit scary there at the bottom. And obviously from the tower, a lot of people don't see from on the left side or the right side of the tower how scary it actually gets at the bottom. And the track is not exactly perfectly flat. So it's a little bit of a trick. The cars disappear behind it, and then
Look, we always, and we all know that Killarney International Raceway is not a purpose-built drag strip, but they also accommodate the drag cars on a Wednesday night, and obviously on a Saturday when there is Killarney drags now, and Wednesday night. But I mean, Wednesday night is not for cars under a certain time bracket. Am I correct?
Look, robot racing there's no target because no way for us to prove what time, or the track can't prove what time you've
Okay.
run. So yeah, so it's anybody comes and goes. Like we've seen Yasin multiple times come and visit the track on a Wednesday night, just do a little bit of
The
testing.
matric car.
A lot of guys, yeah, the matric ball tune Pro Plus tune, yeah. So he
Okay.
comes. So yeah, so that's the guys use it as an opportunity to test. Like we got a gentleman like what's his name, Sahir Majid with a Thanos 7.5R. So a 9 second
Yes.
7.5R, but he frequents robots quite a bit just so he can hone his skill because uh, look, robot racing, the track conditions are not exactly the most premium because it's a nighttime is normally cold, the temperatures is a little bit greasy. So the guys tend to use it as an opportunity to, as they saying, calm seas don't make a better sailor or better skipper. It's rough seas
Yeah.
that determine whether you're a good skipper. So if you can handle the poor conditions, then you can obviously drive a lot better in far better
I,
conditions. If you can
and the cool
do
part
that.
with the Wednesday night drives is that if like you just mentioned now, it's a testing ground for guys with the drag cars. Obviously you have to come with your street tire, correct? To come drag.
Yeah. Yeah, so street tire, that's a very sticky topic because that's not approved for road. So
Yeah.
road use, highway use is relatively,
Yeah. No,
and
no, I agree with you.
so, but obviously the guys need to have full interior. They have to have full
Yes.
interior and to have glass windows in. They can't have Lexan in. They can't have a roll cage in there because it's supposed to be catered for street cars. So
Correct.
like Zaire and yeah, can get away with that because they got street cars that are relatively extremely fast. So
Okay.
yeah,
Tola just asked if he come test on Wednesday night, inshallah.
with what?
Tola's gonna come with his car, with a bara.
Yeah, but I know he's building another car,
He's
and you can't
another
say
car.
para.
Okay. Oh, he's building
Did
another
I
car.
give Tola?
Now you're opening a can of worms. I didn't know that. Now I know. If you didn't know, now you know.
He's more than welcome. He can come and test. I will go blind. I don't know. I don't think other people will be very happy.
So Zaid, with drag racing, as I think drag racing is such an awesome sport. I mean, I did it a couple of years back, but drag racing for me at the moment where it is now is it scares me. If you see the amount, the speed of the cars going down, obviously the cars gets evolved, it gets quicker all the time, and it just scares me a little bit where how quick the guys are getting from your normal rated guys to your turbocharged guys. These guys are getting really, really quick.
Yeah, but look, drag is all about not settling for what is your previous best. It's always been about pushing the envelope. Like you yourself, Anwar, you drove
Agreed.
drags and you posted time and then and you made it like you said. My niyat is the next event I'm gonna go a little bit faster and go a
No,
little
I
bit faster
understand.
and just like
I
it.
get,
So
I get it as a like you I'm not worried about the normal day cars because your cars they are equipped to go a certain speed down there and time and cool. I'm talking about like the para from Tola, the Buckies, the GTRs. It's they're doing excessive speeds of a lot of kilometers per hour in a short period.
mm.
So I mean that scares me. Hello, Gaenor.
Look,
Gaenor is back. Hello, Gaenor. How are
Hello.
you?
again. So
Finally.
You back? She's
yeah,
back.
so
No stress.
Anwar, I'm gonna answer this one and then I'm gonna jump out and then Kaino and you can have a conversation.
No. Chill. So I'm not done. I'm
Stay. You
not done
can
with you yet.
stay. You're my favorite.
Yes.
So like you said now, it scares you. But unfortunately, that's the way it's going because if you look at the guys in the States, they are very big on 8 mile. We
Yes.
in Cape Town are not big on 8 mile. Then you get is it Midval, one of the tracks up country.
Netball.
They do 8 mile. Is Midval. So Midval surface is almost exactly the same as the West Coast surface, right? There's a reason
It's
why I coughed.
bad.
Yeah.
An airstrip, basically, it's very grainy and stuff like that. Now they run 8 mile. Now you see them posting, I ran a 5. Now in Cape Town, when we see that, and it's like, yeah, a 5/4 mile now, because we don't understand 8 mile, because you don't
Understood.
run 8 mile. And we did run an
Okay.
8 mile event,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool, but unfortunately it wasn't very well received by the crowd because everybody wanted 1/4 mile and not 8 mile. We had a
I think
chance where
that
a
was
car
for
that
that.
didn't have the amount of power the GTR beats a GTR.
Yes.
So that is, look at we've got Strathhond, Jack Russell, two Jay-Z Nissan champs of Herman Muster. Right. Uh, so then we've got obviously the Durban boys with the R32s in. Right. I think it's Ideal Badat and a few others, and Ideal Pather. All right, just to name a few. I can't now name everybody because I don't have that kind of memory. I am not
Yeah.
as young as I used to be. So, uh, so look, those guys are pushing the envelope. They're trying to go faster and faster and faster, which is all good for the sport. Then you've
Yeah.
got our local guys, obviously some of our guys from Paul. We got Stefan Lowe, who is currently now in America because he farms. He just came. He was here for Street Fest, and he was here for the first drag event. And he's on a plane and he's gone. And he'll only be back in
Okay.
about 6 months' time. Right. So he obviously did his R&D when he was in the state, and he came back and he rebuilt an entire car in 2 weeks before drag day.
Yes. Yes.
He took the motor out of one car, put it in another car, and it was a whole lot of teething problems, working till late hours in the morning. And he did a personal best of the car. And
Yeah.
the car never saw a track. So it's like people like him, and then you got Shamil Shah also, who is currently the fastest SR20 Nissan street
Mm-hmm.
trim car. I think it's a 12.5 or 12.4. I stand under correction. I can't remember everybody's times
Yeah.
also. So we've got Herman Muster, which is obviously the top of the perch at Kilani, with a
Yeah.
7.8 and 7.9. Now just remember 7.8 and 7.9 posted with two different cars. All right. 7.9 was done with Jack Russell, and 7.8 was posted with the Straton. Two totally
Yeah.
different cars.
Agree.
All
Agree.
right.
Agree. But that's just the crazy of the speed of the cars and stuff like that was happening there. But we're gonna leave it at that with the speed and stuff like that. We're gonna go to Gaenor. Gaenor is Gaenor, and where did she come from? Everybody knows this lady at Kilani. She walks around with a blicky full of sweets in the morning, give everybody blicky sweets. Who is Gaenor that everybody don't know who Gaenor is?
Gaenor actually has a day job. People think I work for Kilani, but I don't work for
What's the day job? What's the
Kilani.
day job?
I'm a claims financial manager, so
Look at Jay.
Kilani keeps me sane. I have a boring job.
Kilani keep me safe. Okay, that's cool, man. And
Yeah,
were
but
you,
I come from Bredasdorp, grew up in
so
motorsport.
Bernardo is more of your oval racing. So did you and your family do a lot of oval racing?
Not as much. I grew up on rallies with my parents.
Oh, wow. Liquor. Were your parents into motorsport?
Yes, my mom was basically the first lady crash marshal at Kilani. They worked on rallies for years. They both raced years ago. My dad did rallies. My mom did the endurance race at Kyalami 100
Yeah.
years ago. And yeah, so but mostly rallies.
Okay, just rallies and stuff like that. So that's really cool. So you are a lady all the way from Bernardsdorp that is doing managing work in a personal capacity, and in your spare time you play with cars.
Basically, yeah.
Like. So how did you get into motorsport in a role you are now, and what is that role that you are in now at the moment?
I started marshalling in 1998. Yes, I'm giving my age away. And then
We're not counting us. All right. Carry on.
I marshaled for a few years, and then I stopped and I went to the UK, and now I came back. Now, Paul Simon and I've been friends since that time, and also Bradley, and there's a few other officials there that I've also known from 1998.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, Paul and I reconnected as friends and whatever. And he said, well, there's drag racing. Come join us at drag racing. And that's how I started with Uncle Phil all those years. And then Street to Strip started, then robot racing started. But with Kilani Drags, I'm the assistant COC. And when Phil is not there, then I'm the COC. And with robot racing and street to strip, I'm the race control. I run the events. And then I also do main circuit now, where I'm an assistant clerk of the course.
Lovely, lovely. So for the people listening, what is a COC, an assistant COC?
It's the clerk of the course, and they are basically in charge of running the safety, making sure the whole event runs according to the rules, and everybody should be, and it's applied.
Okay. So there is rules and regulations that need to be followed on your drag days, and oversee you as the assistant and the COC as a COC sees all that happens on the day, from the scrutineering, from the day
No,
starts
there's
until
scrutineers. They are there for their job, but if they do need, say, someone they're not too happy about something, then they will call the COC to say, can you have a look at this? What is your opinion of this? Should we allow
okay.
this? And
Okay. So basically, if there's any infringements, or if there's any people protest and stuff for certain something, even in the rule book, that come to you guys.
yeah,
Okay, and you guys like, no, it's according to this or blah blah. Even you basically try to let them know what's happening.
yeah, you follow the rules. Yeah.
Awesome. Obviously, and then the cool part is with that you basically follow the rule book, and you just basically enforce whatever the rule books basically guides you to do.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
you've been doing this since 1998. Obviously, you traveled and you're back now again as a lady in the forefront of drag racing, because drag racing is also net mans te doen. You know, as die vrouens weet jy. How do you feel as a lady being in that position and telling this big rasse, nie vandag nie, môre, né? Maar nie vandag nie. How does it make you feel?
In the beginning, it was very daunting.
Yeah.
I not so long ago, I won't name names, but maybe in a few years then you'll know. But
Okay.
he told me, vroumense hoort in die kombuis. So yeah, it's been difficult, but I think over the years the guys have grown to respect me, and yeah, they accept me now as one of them.
That's awesome.
I can still be a bit mean, they say, but what they don't understand is I have to enforce rules. So it's not that I'm being mean, I'm just enforcing rules.
Yeah, you're just following rules, correct? Yeah, but that, you know, it's always like in any sport, you know, with and let's go to all the genres of motorsport, what you follow and stuff like that. If you see like Formula One, for argument's sake, you know, the ladies in the paddock, for me it's just like, you know, how do they, first of all, it's awesome that they are in the sport. Do they get that, like you mentioned, they need to be in the kitchen, they don't need to be in Formula One as a pinnacle part of motorsport? How do you feel about that? You know, it's for me, it's really awesome to see the ladies doing their thing in a men's world. For me personally, I love the lady Max Verstappen's strategy lady. She is awesome. The way she did a couple of years ago, how she managed to figure out do the stops, all the stuff. It's just really awesome. And she's not because she's a lady, but she's awesome. And for me to see that in motorsport, I love it, because, you know, there's always room for ladies in whatever we do. Being a racing driver, in your position as a COC, as a marshal, and all those, it's just really, really awesome for me to see. And if somebody wants to become a COC, obviously there is a few tips for you to become the COC. Am I correct?
Yes. When it was still MSA, well, with all MSA facets COC, you need to do your GCR exam, and then also you have facet exams where what you need to write. But now with us being Kilani Drags, we still fall back on MSA as, you know, we follow their guidelines and rules. But in that circle, if someone wants to do drag racing, then it will just start you shadow, and then we will probably going forward maybe have our own exams, because we're not, the drag racing part is not part of MSA anymore. But I
Okay.
do think that they would want still, just read all the rules and guides and do the MSA exams, because we do still use the technical and safety regulations as a guideline.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So with that, like obviously you follow the rules, obviously procedures that you guys need to follow. If you want to become a safety officer, a marshal, COC, all that stuff. Correct?
Yeah,
What
there
does that
are guidelines to follow, yes, and the marshals also have their own training. They are also always looking for more people,
Yeah.
adequate people and everything. So if there's people out there that really want to join motorsport, I always suggest people start with marshalling, so that they
Correct.
can
Correct.
understand how it works.
100%. No, and that's also said because like we all want to be somehow be part of motorsport, but he wants to be a driver in motorsport. He wants to be the racing driver. He wants to be the racer. But if you want to become a racer, you first need to find out how the sport actually works. And for me, the easiest way, and being at the rally, circuit racing, bike racing, gym corners, and all those, have a look around, come marshal, see what it's all about, understand the sport first, and then you realize, okay, but I like being a marshal or whatever officer within the sport than a driver, because it's more fun. Because in his mind,
Cheaper.
so a sleeper. I didn't get it.
It's cheaper to be an official than a
It's cheaper.
racing driver.
Yes, 100% cheaper, because yes, imagine it'll be, you save money. You save money like that being a driver, a racing driver. Ladies and gentlemen, we're speaking to Gaenor Maytham and Uncle Zaid Figo Krill on More Than Just Motoring this evening. Just want to say shout out to Youth Eagles, Tola, Nicholas Abrams, Rudy Roda Ramonde, and Dylan Terry is watching. And yes, also another on the YouTube channel. There's somebody saying Uncle Figo, my main guy. I don't know who that is. It's only a name. Only just say Facebook user. Zaid, we jumped in. I think Zaid mic as well. Put your mic on, Zaid. Yeah, because so Zaid, for you as in being in commentary, and obviously you are the person that basically make this event awesome, being the commentator, shouting at people, shouting the names out. And the cool part with that is, over the years, you've accumulated so much knowledge about each driver and his car, because if you listen to your stuff you do, as like there's a little bit of a history you tell about this car, especially on a Wednesday night on your lives you do on TikTok. And for argument's sake, there's a car coming up, Dula's Paras, and Dula got a K-series in, Dula 2 weke gevat om die engine in te sit, en 3 maande daarna het hy weer nitro gesit. So you're the guy in the scene that knows most about everybody's cars. Am I?
Yes, as you putting me on a pedestal there.
Look, it's only
I don't
if I have to give you your flowers, I'll give you your flowers, right? Because I do listen to these the TikToks and the live feeds, and I hear what you do and stuff like that. It's really awesome, and it's really entertaining. And to see somebody, the passion that you have with the drag racing scene, knowing each driver, in their personal capacity and friends, but you know exactly what to the cars, what was done to the cars, where it was tuned, where the fuel gauge is. That you know all that stuff.
Look, it's what stemmed down when I started at Kilani. I wasn't just thrown into commentary, and I was put into registration. What Terry and Ashley and Amy does. So I got to know a lot of the drivers for Street to Strip at that time. And I got to build up a relationship with the guys, because you have a little chat with them while they're busy doing the registration. Okay, what you busy running? Okay, I'm gonna watch out for your number tonight. And then after registration, we used to go to the commentary, where I was obviously being trained by Ernest Page and Fadil Heinevel at the time. And Fadil and I got along pretty well in the later hours of the Street to Strips, because we started to do the Buta Khamat and Buta Khamat show, where it's like Joe Barber, but a totally wrong spin, with two Buta Khamats talking to each other, and it's absolute chaos. And I try to get as much information as I possibly can with the limited information that I'm given currently. With one of the computers not working in the tower, I can't see what is your previous best.
Yeah.
So if it seems like I'm very unenthusiastic about your time, it's because I don't know what your PB is.
Yeah.
But obviously, the heavier boys, the boys that I'm always in contact with, they I will understand and know because I'm constantly in contact with them. Not everybody has my number, which I
Mm.
prefer that way because then I get inundated with funny questions
Yeah.
at all hours of the night. But I try to take an interest in it, and I used to do YouTube as well. And then what
But
made me stop doing YouTube was because the newer generation YouTubers were labeling me a has been and a wannabe.
okay,
It was like,
correct. But
let
this is
you
like
guys have your
that
flowers.
yeah.
Let you
But
have your
see
flowers.
that's a difference with what you're doing. Like you just mentioned, you're putting all the time and effort in to make your job as a commentator at Kilani, International, being the robot racing or at the Kilani tracks, is a lot of people come to watch. They don't know what's in the car. They don't know the
Mm,
car's previous best.
yeah,
I mean, with
yeah,
Gaenor also were the same that the people that's there don't know. They come to watch their friends racing or their passes. Give me or Kilani to racing. They all they see is loud noises, lots of smoke, cars going quick down, no understanding about what's happening there. Not all of them. But with you on the mic, obviously it's a lot of info. And I would say that your first step that you do with information is like when you go to a business is the reception. Reception
yeah.
is Norse. Then your whole day is Norse.
Look,
It's like, nah, I don't want to do business with this company. But if you come in,
good at
you listen to this guy talking on the background on the mic, and he's very informative.
mm,
He makes his jokes. He carries on with his job. You feel like, okay, cool. Nah, this is something I wanna do. This is something I can come out every
yeah.
Wednesday night or every drag race to come and see what the drag
Look,
racing is all about. And
I try to make it as informative as I possibly can without making it drab and boring. But it's almost
100%.
impossible for me to know everybody set up at robot racing because I don't know what the cars are running in. You'll get a Toyota, like I saw now in Marketplace, there's a wet look with a B18C in it for sale. And I didn't
Mhm.
know somebody put the B series in a wet look. I know they put the K series in a wet look. I know they put the
Yeah.
2GR in a wet look. I know they put the 2ZZ in. I know all those things, but the information that you get at robot racing is not very forthcoming. And Gaenor and the rest of the marshals tend to help me when I struggle because then I'll be on the radio. Okay, I need to know what is in that car. Please get me
Okay.
the information, and then
That's
they get
also
me the
so,
information,
so you have Gaenor on the
and I
side there
appreciate it.
to actually give you the
Yeah, because
information.
look at
Yeah.
robot racing. Sorry, Anwar, before, sorry for cutting you there, but Gaenor is the clerk of the course for robot racing. She is the one that's in charge. She says yes or no, finish and clear. She's
Okay.
the first
Okay.
and the last naysayer, finish and clear. Right? And Bradley is second in command. If she's not there, then Bradley's in charge. All right?
Gotcha.
And we work as a team. So normally they don't see something, I see something, and I make it known very easily. Like we had that little moment at the last drag event. Yeah, was it a drag event? Yeah, it was a drag event. We had a little bit of a moment. I don't have time to say it on the radio. I just, if I'm on the mic and I say, Brad, go. Brad
Yeah.
doesn't ask any questions. And Kaino
Yeah.
doesn't ask any question because it's
That's
something
also you guys
that I
know
did
each
not
other for
like.
years of working together.
We've been in years working together and we got each other's backs. We might tire each other now and again, but that's normal. And it's
Okay.
17 years for me, and it's a little longer
That's
for obviously
crazy.
for Kaino and
17
for
years,
Bradley.
guy. That's crazy that you've been
So
that long on the mic at
and
Killarney International Raceway. It's crazy.
and just to let everybody know, I'm looking for a understudy, somebody to replace.
Looking for an understudy, you say. So, Gaino,
Not to replace him, to assist. He's not
they're not
replaceable.
going to replace him. They're going to assist to assist. Can I
The
apply?
word replace me.
Can I apply in Gaino?
You have to ask Zaid because you have to work with him.
Gaino, from your side as the on the Wednesday nights, right? So if like Figo just mentioned now that if he doesn't have the information for argument of a car, you're on the radio, you're at the bottom, and you basically chat to him and tell him, look here, this is what it is, and this is what's happening at the moment.
Yeah, he will ask, can someone find out? And then we'll go to the car and say, okay, what's under the engine? We don't always get an honest answer, but most of the times the guys will say.
The best one is the 1302E was side rows. That was such a lie.
We've been in the long game long enough to understand that it's not a 2E.
I don't want to give the game away. So look, robot racing is nice and fun. It's easy if you're apprehensive about drags. It's about what you have. Just come and have fun. Like I have students of mine that drive stock little Mazdas and stock Mark 1 Golfs, and they come and have fun. Even though some of them are actually part of the officials, they wait till they're done with their job before they actually have some fun. But they obviously do the responsible thing. They register, they go through scrutineering and all that. Say again?
Zaid, your line is glitching badly. Can't hear anything saying at the moment. It's glitching a lot.
No, it's probably a godsend that you don't hear what I say.
Yeah. So, like, even we got Khatim Abrams on the line as well. One of the OGs in drag racing. But now, obviously, back in the day when it was MSA and learn drags. Kapu is in he's also listening. You know, I want to get this guy on the show. Now, maybe you guys can help me get him on the show, because when I ask him to come on the show, the first thing he says, when I phone him, he tells me no.
Kato, can you please come on the show? Kanala, I'll bring that closest to you. I promised to bring you last year.
He's not answering. He's not answering. Guys, there's a lot of issues with the internet. I'm not going to go too long with this. I don't want to take too much time off you guys, or from you guys as well. Gaenor, as a lady in the sport, and what you do is really, really awesome, and I commend you for that, because there's a lot of guys like you say that look at frowned upon what's a lady doing in our sport, because it's motorsport, it's cars, it's bikes, whatever the case may be. Yeah, but also we thought serious for fun. As a lady, and other ladies that want to that's interested in getting into the scene as well, what word of advice and encouragement can you give these ladies to come forward?
I would say they shouldn't listen to what anybody has to say. Don't take offense. That's the biggest thing, because you are gonna get said stuff said to. But just come and enjoy and follow your heart. Do what is your passion, and don't care what other people have to say.
And that's it. Wise words from the lady that is in there as well. So let's see. I'm starting to buy. Here we go. Let's see that. Yeah, so it's really, for me, it's really awesome from your side again to be in the position that you are as a lady. And I mean, I commend you for doing it. It's not an easy job. A lot of people think it's an easy job, but it's not. And for taking all the BS men out there and telling them you must be in the kitchen.
Sorry, the signal, I don't know if it was, but it went really bad.
I think we're gonna sign off, Gaenor. Any last words from you, Gaenor, before we sign off? Does any word of encouragement for the ladies out there?
So learning. So
we lost Gaenor there, ladies and gentlemen. Stream. We've been having issues since last week with internet as well. So yeah, it's been a hectic one. So we don't know if it's mine or theirs. Mine seems quite fine. Yeah. So yeah, and obviously there is drag racing on the 21st of March. Out at Killarney International Raceway, and that is the Killarney drag that's happening on the 21st. We've got his buddy, the biker, his buddy from Buddy's Motorcycles, is out there saying, look, I'm coming for my 8-4 at the next event. Bring it on, Risi. Yeah. So I don't know. still struggling from Gaenor's side as well, as still struggling. So we're not going to bring Gaenor back on again. I want to say thank you very much to Gaenor for coming. And unfortunately, with the internet being bad, obviously from her side, it doesn't make the viewing very nice. And because I've got a lot of guys saying, weet nie of dit my wifi is nie, maar dit hak by my. Ja nee, dit hak by my ook van hulle kant af. So from me, basically the drag racing side is like it's really awesome. It's happening on the 21st. The drag race is Moskilani drag is happening on the 21st. That's the day, a couple of days, first day after the fast, yeah. Out there to actually go do some drag race. And then there's also what's happening also is the Cape Call is happening on the 22nd, on the 21st of March as well. Cape Carnival, that will be in starting in Town and Greenpoint. So a good friend of ours, DJ DDD, the GCAP Foundation, is having his own floats here. And what he did was he's brought in some cars and bikes that will be following his float all the way into Greenpoint and out of Greenpoint. So yeah, that'll be cool to see the cars also happening to be with the parade, the carnival, the Cape Town Carnival. That is one of the events, the 21st of March. Let me just double check, guys, for that, the 27th of 21st of March. That was on Saturday. It's the same day as the drag, so I think it is the 26th and 21st. Unfortunately, Reese was in. They weren't able to make. Unfortunately, he's gonna go out there and get his 8.4. Been struggling through to the 8.4s, always 8.5s all day long. Hopefully, he gets it going through as well. But guys, it's 40 minutes of the stream of the podcast. Unfortunately, we'll definitely have to work on our screen time of internet and make sure that it's 100% for you to get you the good quality that you deserve. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for you guys for tuning in and listening and commenting on my pages as well. Shamla's watching, Dion's watching, Rian Stein is watching, Nazir Field is watching, Angus is watching as well, Hatim is here as well. Unfortunately, I can't see the names that is on the YouTube side of things. This only says Facebook user from my side. So from my side, Anwar Daniels and more than just letting brought to you by Racing for Change. Racing for Change, more than just motoring. Yeah, I want to say thank you. We'll definitely get our, I think it's the internet puasa man. Daarom is it so lekker nie. So maybe after the puasa it will be lekker. Guys, tomorrow night we are at Molly Mall. Daibra met die grinder. Molly. We will be going live from he lives just down the road, so I will go physically go do a live podcast with him and his son Jesse. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the time and effort. I know we're signing off a little bit earlier than me, but unforeseen circumstances didn't let us allow us to do what we wanted to do this evening. Hopefully next time we'll get better on what we want to do. And once again, from my side, Anwar Daniels, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in more than just motoring. And please remember to like and follow the page. And then you guys also see the more than just motoring t-shirts that's up for grabs. 180 get you one. Only if I have 10 orders or more, I can order it. I can't do singles. So if you guys want one of these t-shirts and support the good cause, please hit me up. From me, Anwar Daniels, signing out. Peace, guys.